Hello there. I'm going to do a video on the collapse of the recycler network in California, where we might be proving that sustainability is not sustainable. Anyway, uh, recyclers across the state are facing collapse of their businesses and wiping out their families, putting them in debt. And how did this happen? Well, CalRecycle changed their compensation, a payment that they made to them in January. And they dropped it from 13 cents to 4 cents. Now they get a little money over this from other means, but uh, it was a 67% drop on 70 to 75% of the containers that they purchase. Uh, Unsustainable. And what it means is that the money that what little money they make from glass and aluminum, they they're losing because of plastic. Uh, this is a 35-year-old program that has created mature supply chains. Everybody knows that word because of COVID, all right? But recycling has been dealing with this and these problems long before COVID hit. We'll go over that, and I'll go over that in future videos. Uh, so, how did it happen? Well, basically, you have neglect from the governor, Newsom, the legislature, and CalRecycle, and you have issues of competence and character. Uh, Also involved in this is a NGO, non-governmental organization called Californians Against Waste, CAW as they're known. And they've been heavily involved, and nobody's fixed it. And I think in the last 2-year session, which just finished in December or last September, um, they had looked at about 12 different bills for the program and passed about 6. Uh, Nowhere did they fix this problem with processing payments, this subsidy that is supposed to guarantee the recyclers won't lose money, that they could actually make money. That was a promise in the beginning. That's a promise in the licensing application. And so they've broken that promise. Now, it started to get out. Uh, I've had my methods are to have recyclers call their legislators and first alert them to the problem. One recycler got a hold of Univision in LA and got them out to do a story on him. And what they did is they interviewed him. He showed them the document that showed the drop in price. And mind you, that price went from 13 to 4, but the prior year it went down, I think, another 5 or 6 cents. So they've been dropping it significantly over maybe 15 months, 16 months. And that's where we've got to where we are today. So Univision came out, met with the recycler. He shows them the documentation, what he's getting for the plastic, says he's going to basically be forced to shut down, let go his employees, and the public will lose convenience and their ability to earn money from this recycling process. Um, Now, he interviewed the man. He interviewed a customer. That was a good thing. He interviewed the customer, and he asked him what the customer was going to use the money for. He said he's going to go buy food. Now, repeat this all over the state. And other people who are going to go buy gas to get to work, or go to the pharmacy, or go to the laundromat, whatever. They need this money. We're pumping about, I'm going to guess, roughly $750 million a year into the public through this program, and this is going to get cut off. And as the weak recyclers die off, then the others that are still in business, they're going to get more plastic that they're going to lose more money on, so they're going to go out of business faster. I believe we're going to see a domino effect. Now, the reporter also did his job. He called CalRecycle. He spoke to somebody in the PR department, and they said they were aware of the problem, but that they would be taking care of it in April. And that's where the reporter dropped the ball. He didn't go back to the recycler and say, will this work for you? Will you be able to survive? Didn't get that answer. And mind you, there's a great volume of recyclers up and down this state that are Latinos and have been in this business. Central Valley, you have extended families. You have fathers and grandfathers and grandsons and cousins and aunts and uncles that are in the business all across the Central Valley. You'll be wiping out families. So I sent out some information to recyclers and I said, put up signs. Uh, have call your legislators, have your customers call the legislators, and they started to get the word up in Sacramento. And Senator Dodd from the wine country, Napa Sonoma, he came out with AB 353. Now, that's being sponsored by CAW, that NGO that I was talking about before. They don't go to recyclers to say, what do you need? They go to somebody else who's not a recycler. And what do? They run to some recyclers and say, what do you think will fix it? Most of them don't have an idea what they're talking about, don't have a clue, but they'll make things up from there. So SB 353 is a problem. And we don't think it can be passed in time to make any difference. Most of these recyclers are going to be out of business by then. So we need to save these recycling families. That's it. We need to save them. They're serving the public, they're serving the community, they're pumping in millions of dollars every day. They've got to be saved. And I'm having Latinos go to Latino legislators. I'm surprised at how many significant Latino legislators there are in the legislature and in important committees. Luz Rivas over in the LA Sun Valley area, she's the chair of Assembly Natural Resources. When SB 353 Dodd gets out of the Senate, that's where it's going to go, to her committee. The first committee it goes to, though, is Senator Ben Allen. He's got the South Bay area up into Calabasas, and he's the chair of the committee. He's not Latino, but you have Lena Gonzalez, Long Beach up to Huntington Park. You have, what's her name? Minivar over in the Valley, out in Van Nuys Way, and Hurtado, another Latina woman up in the Bakersfield area. Those are all Southern California, and a few more around the state. Will they save the Latinos? Right now, it's not looking good. Not looking good. We've got some feedback saying, kind of like you're on your own, and Dodd will take care of it, and we'll go from there. I'm going to put out a lot of these videos. I'm going to talk about things that people don't like talked about. But right now, if we're going to save this program, the problem is plastic. The biggest process, or the big producer of plastic bottles and beverages, is Coca-Cola. Will Coca-Cola help? We don't know, but we should ask. Maybe even we should set up boycotts at the recycling centers. Let people know plastic is killing the program. And it's a mature program. And when it goes, it's going to wipe out the other container types that depend upon these supply chains. For example, the aluminum cans, they go back to Tennessee, Little Kentucky maybe, and down to Alabama. They're expecting a lot of cans out of California because we're one of the biggest producers, even though aluminum is not what it was 30, 40 years ago when this program started. And when aluminum was king, it didn't matter that these subsidies weren't adjusted properly, weren't calculated properly. They didn't matter. Aluminum pulled the weight of the whole program. But aluminum is basically a speck of what it was, and plastic is king. So, if you would, call your legislators, assemblyman, senator, and all you got to do is look in Google or search KA or CA legislators. Look up, and it'll pop right up. Put your address in. You'll get a senator. You'll get an assembly person, and you can call either the local office or the Sacramento office. It doesn't make any difference. But call. Let them know that the public is watching them, and save these people. I don't want to see them go. I've been dealing with these people for basically 35 years. And they're hardworking people. They know it's dirty work. They know it can be hot. They know it can be cold. They know it can be wet. But they they do a good job, and they provide for their families. And tonight, if you get a chance, uh, 8:70 a.m. The answer. Uh, Go in there, pull that up, and it's about 9:15. Go in there and click on Listen Live, and we'll be talking about this program for about a half an hour tonight on that program. All right, that'll do us for now. I want to get this off, get it posted, and let you do your jobs. Recyclers, public, save recycling in California, because if this gets wiped out, it's not coming back for a long time. You can bet on that. Thank you, Leonard Lang.